to today's reading. If you haven't guessed by the title, this is a reading to kind of call up your excuses, and even if these excuses are kind of deeply rooted into your subconscious, or you think that these things about yourselves are true, this is to kind of give a different perspective on it. So we have our three pals here, and this reading was kind of inspired by the book Excuses Be Gone by Dr. Wayne Dyer. To be honest, I just started reading it, but that is what this reading is all about. So your pile number 1. This is, I believe, a red coral. Pile number 2 is this witch pin here. And number 3 is this amethyst pendulum. As usual, feel free to pick 1, 2, or all 3. Alright, pile number 1 with the red coral here. So for you guys, I feel like you're waiting for this breakthrough or this opportunity. The Blessed Oak card is equivalent to the Tower card. Usually, the Tower card isn't exactly something people want to go through because it's usually about going through some hardships. But for this reading, this is more about going through some kind of breakthrough. It's like your excuses are that this hasn't happened for you. With the Respect card in reverse, so upright, I usually see this as someone who just goes for what they want. They know how to get from point A to point B, and even if they don't know, they will still figure out a way to get there. But in reverse, I feel like this is saying that there's still more that you can do. Even if you feel like you've put a lot of energy into something, maybe there's something that you're not considering, maybe there's something you can change your perspective on or do something new. For some of you, this could just be that maybe you're telling yourself that you're doing a lot, but maybe Spirit is saying to kind of push yourself more or push yourself a little bit. Maybe not that you're being lazy or not that you're slacking, but it is saying that there's still more that you can do. So for our affirmations, we're going to start off with I am enough just as I am. So some of you might be hesitant or might be too hesitant to move forward because you're doubting your talents or your skills or yourself. But with this one, it's okay to ask for help. Reaching out with an open heart makes me stronger. This is saying even if you don't feel like you're good enough, or even if you feel like you still have a lot to improve, it is okay to ask for help. Asking for help isn't going to take away your achievement. It's not going to make you seem, I guess, needy, especially if it's help that you need. So don't be afraid of that. And at the same time, still improve that self-confidence. So we have here, love is my purpose, joy and peace are my calling. This is saying just to have fun with it. Don't focus on the negatives of why it hasn't happened or why it hasn't worked. When you're doing your project or if you're working on a project or whatever it is, don't really think about the achievements or think about the end goal there. Just go with the flow. And then we have here, I embrace infinite possibilities. Again, don't focus on why it's not working. Don't limit yourself, especially don't limit yourself. I feel like this card is pretty much a combination of the previous cards, or at least this card kind of sums it all up. Yeah, I feel like this is, for some of you, about self-confidence and building that self-confidence. Or knowing your worth. Alright, pile number 2 with the witch pin here. So, you guys, we're gonna start off with the challenge card. I feel like a lot of you guys are keeping yourself in a situation that's not allowing you to feel empowered. But the excuse is that you feel like you have to be in this position. For some of you, this could be about someone because of the 2 hares or the rabbits there. And I just wanted to point out that both of these are rabbits or hares, so that's kind of interesting to point out. But anyways, this could be a person that you're dealing with, could also be a situation. And the excuse, I feel like the excuse you're telling yourself is that you have to be in this position or you have to deal with this person. And maybe for some of you, getting out of this position is going to be a little bit harder for some of you, but it is still possible. It's saying that it's still possible, that you're not stuck here forever. So don't think of this as your life, that this is your whole world. This hair in reverse is so usually when this hair is upright, I usually see this card talking about curiosity, like this hair is kind of seeing what's above that hill, but since it is in reverse, this is more like you don't have to be curious, you don't have to know what everyone else is doing, you don't have to cater to other people's whims. So I also remembered something from the book for the Queen of Bows. It talks about being a companion and being supportive, but this in reverse is pretty much saying that you don't have to, you're not their mom, you're not their nanny. So yeah, to pretty much reiterate that, you don't have to be in this position, you don't have to deal with this person, you can just ignore them pretty much. And of course, for those of you who are in tougher situations, it's going to be a lot harder, or maybe a lot harder, but again, that is still possible to get out of. Going on to our affirmations, I'm letting go of achievement and embracing alignment. And gratitude fuels my inspiration. Okay, so for this one here, some of you may be in this situation because you may be the type of person who does things for other people more than yourself. It kind of feels like, especially if you're dealing with someone, maybe this person is, maybe they might be toxic, or they might be taking a lot of, not for all of you, but this person could be wanting a lot of your attention. But this is saying that you don't have to impress them, you don't have to feel like you have to cater to their every whim just to be a good friend. If they were a good friend, then they will let you have your own time in your own space. And with the gratitude card, feel like you're in a position where you can be grateful for a lot of things. Maybe that you're in this position because either you're not seeing the good parts of your life, or you're just taking some things for granted. So this is saying to pay attention to what you're missing out on, pay attention to what actually gives you a little bit of joy, even if it's just like a small amount of joy. Put more energy into that instead of trying to oppress someone or something, or trying to kind of, I guess, achieve something just for the sake of achieving it, and not just because it's for yourself. It is okay to help out other people, but at some point you have to draw the line and practice self-care and do what you love to do. Don't worry about impressing other people or achieving things for other people. Yeah, and just to sound a little bit repetitive, I guess, the hair in reverse is also giving me the energy of just not caring, of just doing your own thing, not having to be, not saying that you're nosy, but you don't have to be in everyone else's life just because they're struggling. So practice gratitude and see the more positives in your life. Alright, pile number 3, for those of you guys who chose the amethyst pendulum there. Okay, so for you guys, pile number 3 with the wolf card in reverse. Usually in my reading, thinking the king cards can represent leadership or just someone taking charge in the life. With this in reverse, obviously that would be the opposite energy. But more specifically, I feel like for pile number 3, this is more about feeling burned out or possibly trapped. It's like the wolf doesn't really have a voice anymore. They can't really call out. So this is at a part where you feel like you might want to give up, or you feel like you've given something your all and it's just not worked out for you. The rest card here is saying don't give up, don't let this defeat you. Of course the rest card is usually about rest, but for this reading in particular, the focus is more on the butterfly, which can represent your spirit or soul. So the message here is you're capable of being the butterfly here. You're capable of pulling yourself up from this, but it looks like a lot of you see yourself as this person here. So this is more about perspective. An affirmation: I allow distraction to make space for creation. This is pretty much clarifying that just don't let this defeat you. Kind of use that to inspire you. And this is for anyone watching this, and I know I mentioned it in the introduction, but I feel like pound number 3 can benefit from Excuses Be Gone by Dr. Wayne Dyer. To be honest, I just started reading it, but I heard that if you're looking for ways to end your excuses, that's the book for that. Of course, anyone can learn from this book, but I feel like number 3 especially might be able to benefit from that.